Welcome to 96 Rocks All Access, an inside look at your favorite concert venues.
So today we're in downtown Cincinnati at the Heritage Bank Center, your home of the Cyclones and some of the biggest concerts that come through town. And today you're getting an all-access pass to parts of the venue that you don't normally get to see. Let's go take a look.
The Heritage Bank Center puts on over 100 events a year and can sit as little as 2,500 people for an event or up to over 16,500 people like it did in 2019 when Metallica played in the Round. Now let's go backstage where the Cyclones locker room and training facilities, thanks to a little pipe and drape, is converted to a private suite where every musician and rock star relaxes, eats, and prepares themselves for showtime. While the performers getting ready for the show, the road crew's back here loading in the stage, the lights, the sound equipment, and everything else needed to make it all happen. The Heritage offers a wraparound loading dock that's inside, making it more convenient just in case there's bad weather. This is also where the limo awaits to whisk the artist off after the concert. And on concert nights, this is also where the Cyclones store their equipment for hockey games. And because the road crew need to eat too, this is the catering area where they eat while the band's on stage. The Heritage Bank Center has suites available for all their events too. 37 have a capacity for 18 people, 2 have a capacity for 36. Another will even fit 50 people. Each are equipped with a private bathroom and can be fully catered with a menu that you design. And each suite offers its own great view.
Well, we're backstage at the Heritage Bank Center with the main lady in charge, Kristen Ropp. Thanks for taking time out today.
Pleasure.
I envy everything that you guys do because I'm in amazement of how you guys turn these big arenas around from one event to another. So we wanted to kind of give the average concert goer a glimpse into the reality of what goes into that. But first, before we do anything, give us a little history of the venue, the Heritage Bank Center. When was it built? What was the main purpose when it was first erected?
Yeah, built in the 70s, started early 70s, opened mid 70s. Back then, much like now, arenas are built for multi-purpose, everything from ice shows to concerts to dirt events. So conventions, speaking engagements, the whole purpose of it, and as we tour the backstage, you'll see most of it is pretty bare bones, but it's built that way purposefully. So we can add pipe and drape and add leather couches and make something a dressing room. And that may be the purpose today, but tomorrow, if an event came in and needed office space, this becomes an office. And all of this goes away, and it's tables and power strips, and it's just multi-purpose. From the front of house to the backstage, all of it can be converted to whatever purpose you need it to.
And because the venue has been around for so long, this next question might have an answer that's 3 miles long. What are some of the bigger acts that have played? Everybody?
All the above. Elvis.
Really?
Yeah, the Allman Brothers.
Wow, you went right for the main dude.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Just literally every artist that you can imagine from every genre.
When it comes to the rock genre, is there a favorite or a very cool memory of somebody famous that did something really cool back here that maybe the masses don't know?
Yeah, so it is cliche, right? These people they're just like us. They just want, a little taste of normalcy, I guess. When I first came I've been here at Heritage Bank Center, I'm going on 19 years. So when I first came down here, my first job, I was tasked with being the production manager. So I was basically the liaison between the artists coming in and the venue. Like, they called me for everything. They wanted pizza, they wanted more stagehands, they wanted electric, whiskey, whatever. I got called. So I was here from start to finish, and I came in, for a load-in one morning, and was walking the hall, and this guy walking down the hall, he had a hat on. I think it was early. I'm not making eye contact with anybody, right? And he has a dog on a leash. I get down and play with the dog, and I just an unmistakable voice. Hey, sorry, you don't mind that I have my dog here? And I looked up, Billy Joel. I go, you can't have your dog in here, you what, bud? And coincidentally, this is the room he wanted. We have different size rooms. We have much larger rooms.
Wow.
And he said, I'm cool. And he didn't want pipe and train. He wanted one little love seat, and he wanted back then it's like box TV. He's like on a cart, right? So he brought a TV and he goes, just want to watch the game. And whatever. I mean, he was here at like 7:30 in the morning.
Not high maintenance at all.
No,
as big as he is.
Yeah, and even the last time he played here, he sat back in tour hospitality and ate with all of us.
What does the average concert goer who's working 9 to 5 at their job while you guys are here, what do maybe they not know about what's going on? I mean, what do they not realize what goes on into putting a concert on? Because some people, they go from venue to venue and they walk in, they buy their beer, and there's a beautiful stage erected and it's ready to go.
Well, first of all, that's the best compliment you can give my staff. Like, I don't want anyone to ever know what it took, right? Like, I view what we do as a couple hours of escapism, right? I want you to leave your life and come in here. You've spent, I mean, listen, concert tickets are not cheap. Entertainment is not inexpensive. So I want people to come in here and forget about everything else. And if it's taking your kid to a show or a game, or you're seeing your favorite artist, you're taking your wife, whatever, that is your 2-3 hours of escapism. And I don't want, it's such a compliment when people are like, just amazing, they don't even think about it. So, but to your question, hundreds of people, lots of hours, right? So I think it is surprising. People don't realize that show came in that morning. Right, so we typically
from 300 miles away.
Correct. They played the night before.
Yeah.
And they load it out there. So if the show goes down at 11, they're probably, those first trucks are hitting the road and pulling out. And they can pack up a truck in an hour. And some of these tours, 30 trucks plus, they're hitting the road as they get packed. They're heading down to Cincinnati. And we'll open up the loading dock and they'll start backing trucks in at 7 a.m., sometimes 6 a.m., marking the floor, which is a term for where you rig the lighting and the sound points. And there's guys up there hanging those points by 8 a.m. typically. And doors are 5:30, 6:30, depending on the artist.
And this is all being done, while the concert goer is at work.
Correct.
Or getting up for work. And the featured artist might be in the previous city still sampling the bars in that town.
Absolutely. They're nursing their evening from last night, or, some artists, we talked about, again, at this level, you've got artists like Billy and Elton and some of the top country artists, like, they're not coming in a bus, right? So they're flying into Lunkin right before sound check, if not right before the show.
Wow. And
they're getting a police escort in. We get them in, pull their car into the building to come out, do a couple numbers to warm their pipes up and sit back in the dressing room and chill out.
How quick is the turnaround from concert to hockey game the next night?
So
this process is amazing to me.
Yeah, it's organized chaos. It's amazing to sit and watch. We've put a camera up and done a high speed of it to show it. It's pretty fascinating. So concerts will load out in about 4 hours, typically, even the biggest of shows. So we could get them, and again, at this level, most artists, because when we were kids and going to shows at arenas, every stage was a 40 by 60 rectangle. It was just, a stack of PA, a little light, call it a day.
Right.
They got LED boards now. We got speakers hanging all over the place. The risers, things are going up and down. Artists are flying across the arena, like whatever. So that all is coming. That's packed on those trucks. So they're bringing everything soup to nuts. The only thing that we're providing for the most part are chairs for people to sit on. Otherwise they're bringing it. So 4 hours we can get them out of here. Maybe what most people don't realize is that we don't take the ice out. So when they're here for a concert, and if they're on the floor, they see a black colored flooring. That's an insulated floor that covers the ice. So once everything gets off, while that floor is still down, we drive forklifts over it and start putting the glass back up for hockey. And then slowly we work from the west end back to the east end and just basically take apart the puzzle and take...
The ice is always there.
Ice is always there, and it's kind of wild. You'll see our industry, our business, we make our money in food and beverage. So at the end of the night, I go out and I love to see how dirty it is. lot of beer cups, a lot of popcorn, like,
Right.
good night,
Right.
good night. When they pull that flooring up, you can see the little, because the dirt gets in between,
Right.
you'll see how dirty it was. You'll see how drunk it got last night.
If I set my beer down, does it keep it cold?
It does not. It's completely insulated. You can even stand on it, and people don't even realize that there's ice under there, an inch below them. But then you just drive the Zamboni, it just shaves it off, and you have clean ice again.
Is there an end in sight for this drought for your industry?
I think so. Yeah, I mean,
What are
there's.
we looking at? Because we're getting the shakes over here and wanting concerts.
Yeah. Trust me, I have the shakes as well, and I think we all do. It's a terrifying time. I think you're going, in my opinion, I think you're going to see family shows probably come on board and sporting events come on board first, mainly because we'll probably see, operating at a diminished capacity. Right now in the state of Ohio, we can still only have 300, which kind of jaw-dropping after you see the size of our building. You think we put 300 people in here. We're fortunate enough that our capacity is as large as it is. The Cyclones can certainly operate at a diminished capacity. Can't be 300. It has to be considerably higher. Family events, maybe instead of 3 events, there's 7, because you can only sell 30, 40, 50%. It'll ratchet up as the cases decrease, as more people are inoculated. And I think that's telltale. The inoculation rate is what is ultimately going to kick open the doors. Yet to be determined is the status of the concerts. Traditionally, just the way the business model is set up, we need 100% capacity. I think it's pretty darn hard for us to maintain social distancing at a Metallica show, right? I've mentioned Five Finger Death Punch, active bands, Shine Out, Pop Evil.
Majority of Metallica fans are in their
They're
50s
probably,
now.
they're probably sitting back and like, this is great. You have earplugs.
Can I sit?
Yeah, right. So maybe not the best bit, but you need that elbow to elbow capacity for it to financially make sense. Will the artists change their guarantee request? I don't know.
For people during this whole COVID mess that haven't been financially hit, which is very few, is there a website that we can go donate and help out some of the local crew members that are without right now?
Yes, it's, saveourstages.com. They're doing a lot of help, giving a lot of help, shedding a lot of light. You mentioned the local crew. We're really fortunate. Cincinnati's stagehands, Local 5, they're one of the top unions in the country. I think there's a belief that the guys pushing these boxes, these guys working stagehand work here locally, are doing this for beer money, and they are not. They go through internships and fellowships, and they are master electricians and sound engineers and lighting designers. I mean, these are top-notch guys. It's not out of the question over the years, and they're in all the big venues in town, right? Riverbend, here, the Taft, the Aronoff Center, Music Hall. These, the legitimate venues in town are using the stagehands because they bring their professionalism to everything that comes in through the doors. I mean, the price of the equipment coming off these trucks is staggering, right? I mean, it needs to be handled with kid gloves, and these guys know how to do it, and girls. And it's not out of the question. Over the years, I've worked with a ton of people who ended up on Broadway and left or jumped on a national tour because they those tours saw their talent and took them. So really good people that were absolutely devastated doing this, and still are. We're fortunate. I've been able to keep my technical director on, but I wish I could keep them all on. It's just it's a tough time. But yeah, saveourstages.com. It's really great.
Well, the next time I see you back here, hopefully there's about 35 others.
Yes.
And there's an ice sculpture with Metallica's logo on it,
amen.
Surrounded by shrimp.
That would be wonderful.
And a sold-out crowd up front.
I hope. I can't wait.
We thank you so much for giving us a behind-the-scenes glimpse here.
Absolutely.
And participating in 96 Rocks All Access. And saveourstages.com. Let's help out our local stagehands if we can, and welcome them back to work as soon as possible.
96 Rocks All Access, an inside look at your favorite concert venues. Thanks for watching.